So during the beginning of a blah 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 blah. Throughout the beginning of our A2 media course, we were given the challenge of producing a short 5-minute documentary and 2 advertising products to go with it. These were a billboard poster and a radio trailer advertising our documentary. We were allowed to do the documentary on a topic of our choice, and my group and I decided to look at running. In particular, why people do so and how new technology is impacting it. For beginning production, I studied a wide range of professional documentaries to gain an understanding of how they were made and made sure I was able to identify the conventions most of the documentaries used, in order to use them in my own documentary to ensure it looked to be of a similar quality. Although most documentaries tend to be unique in their exploration of a topic, they tend to look at them in the same way and generally used a single strand storyline based around the topic. Our documentary in general is looking at running, where we explore topics such as diet preparation, injury, and how new technologies impacted the fitness industry. However, we remain single-stranded as nothing we looked at went outside our theme of running, keeping that in mind throughout the runtime of our documentary. After defining the basic codes and conventions of the documentary genre, we took a closer look at things such as structure and narrative, and how a documentary presents these two things to keep the audience interested. Even though our own documentary was only a 5-minute segment of the full one, it was vital to gain an understanding of what made a documentary's narrative feel like a documentary narrative, not just a staged story. All in all, this allowed us the opportunity to make sure that our own documentary fit the standards of a real one, to avoid breaking any codes and conventions that tend to be there for a good reason, such as audience reception. Ask anyone what they think a documentary should contain, and ours should fit that. A documentary used conventional narrative structure to our own advantage. We open on a statistic about the large amount of runners.
Sports marketing, it was revealed that the UK's running population has reached an impressive 10 million runners.
And end on an interview explaining how we can further the sport.
It gives people the opportunity to access running rather than seeing it as, that they're not good enough to go out to a run. Fun runs and charity runs.
Look at the impact of fun runs and a brief look at that whilst we presented running as a serious topic here, it's a sport that is open to everyone, no matter how far or how far run. In the middle of the documentary, we looked at how the industry has grown so much in recent years. The impact of technology, a greater desire to help, ultimately why people run. Overall, we wanted to illustrate a look into a sport that many may have dismissed as too hard to take part in. Like professional documentaries, we used graphics to introduce our new interviews. Graphics on the bottom corner of the left or right of the interviewee. Considering font choices, we went for sans serif font as it's easier to read in the short amount of time the graphic is on the screen, and serif on its own is too distracting. The use of graphics gives us a way to let the audience know the name of the person and their link to the subject without boring the audience or just saying the details through narration. Much like professional documentaries, we used a range of interviews from just casual running enthusiasts to professionals who know a lot about the running industry. This being an example of a casual interview.
I'm interested in running from.
And our interview with the sports masseuse. Here. This is done in an effort to make our documentary seem trustworthy, real information, as we've used a wide range of people involved in the topic, professionals to people just doing it casually. The interviews in our documentary comply to the rule of thirds, as most interviews in professional documentaries do. During our interviews, we often cut to B-roll of footage related to our topic to avoid boring the audience. However, when something important was being said, it's good to cut back to the interview to add more emotional impact to the scene.
Beneficial. It's very easy just to go on YouTube and kind of look at somebody else's and kind of pick out moves and things like that.
I did a half marathon.
The use of cutaways in our documentary is a way to further ensure that our documentary follows industry codes and conventions. They're used throughout the documentary to either anchor the topic being discussed or to hide jump cuts as we were editing the footage. B-roll and cutaways are useful to add important details and ideas to the scene. Using an example from our documentary, We could just keep a continuous shot of one person talking about that topic.
On the joints, whereas kind of running outside on like a hard road or different surface wouldn't really be any problem. The treadmills are quite beneficial because they have like a shock absorbent on it, so if you've got like dodgy knees or hips, it's great because it's less harsh on the joints, whereas kind of running outside on like a hard road or different surfaces like sand or grass, it's very kind of a different feel. So marathon.
Whilst we could have just kept a continuous shot of our interview talking about why treadmills are good for use in training alongside running on the roads, we decided to show them a good example by cutting away to footage of people using treadmills indoors, further anchoring and exploring what the person being interviewed was saying. The editing used throughout the documentary also follows the conventions of other professional documentaries that we've watched. The editing is carefully managed to ensure the continuity of the documentary, and cutaways are employed to avoid showing any jump cuts in the footage. Whilst cutaways are obviously used to help break up the interview, it was important in the editing process to make sure that they were still relevant to the interview and were not random plasters to cover up the editing cuts.